Rainy balcony serenade, Paris glowing through the haze, tiny rivers down the window, turning headlights into waves. You were sitting by the candle with your coffee in your hands, while the old jazz from downstairs floated softly through the vents. Every rooftop in the distance looked like watercolor dreams, and the city felt suspended somewhere in between. Between the night and coming morning, between goodbye and stay, between the things we wanted and the words we couldn't say. Stay here with me tonight while the rain falls slow outside. Let the jazz erase the silence we were always trying to hide. Paris breathes beneath the dark like a tired beating heart, and for one beautiful moment we don't have to fall apart. The waiter brings another bottle, though the cafe's almost closed. Still the saxophone keeps singing for the lonely and exposed. Couples walking under street lights disappear beyond the square, while your shadow by the window moves so softly through the air. I pretend this night is endless, you pretend the same thing too. Like if nobody says goodbye, the dawn won't break in two. And if someday we forget how tonight was supposed to feel, I'll remember Paris rain and the way your silence healed. Stay here with me tonight till the stars begin to fade, while the jazz inside this city plays our rainy serenade. Paris sleeps in shades of blue, tiny lights and midnight views, river boats and empty stations, late night conversations. Jazz cafe across the street still plays after closing time, and every note drifting upward feels like yours and mine. against the balcony rail, watching headlights disappear. And for the first time in forever, the silence feels sincere. Paris sleeps in blue tonight, wrapped in silver city light. And the jazz keeps calling softly through the slowly fading night. Stay until the morning glow, till the river moves below, like a dream too beautiful for either of us to let go. Old apartment windows flicker like stars across the town, while somewhere far below us a trumpet breaks down. Its sadness feels familiar, its warmth feels strangely kind, like the music understands everything we hide. And maybe all we ever needed was one perfect evening sky, one quiet room in Paris to finally feel alive. Paris sleeps in blue tonight, moonlight shining in your eyes, and every lonely street below feels softer as time goes by. Midnight espresso in your hands, steam rising through the dark, Paris moving far below, like tiny glowing sparks. The cafe radio keeps playing old jazz from the 70s, and your tired smile beside me feels dangerously sweet. Outside the rain keeps falling on the empty avenue, while all the city whispers sound somehow close to you. Midnight espresso, slow jazz and city glow hold me like the evening doesn't ever have to go. Paris breathing softly underneath the moonlit sky. Tonight we are just dreamers watching lonely hours fly. The baker down the corner street begins preparing morning bread, while the last train crosses slowly like a thought inside my head. You rest against the window, half asleep beside the light, and I memorize your shadow against the fading night. Maybe happiness is smaller than we thought it had to be. Maybe it's this quiet moment and your heartbeat next to me. at home. Velvet Rain Cafe tonight. Warm piano, soft and light. Tiny candles flickering gold, keeping out the cold. People speaking quietly under clouds of smoke and jazz, while the city outside rushes too quickly to last. You arrive without a warning, shaking raindrops from your hair, and suddenly the whole room changes just because you're there. Velvet Rain Cafe tonight. Paris glowing amber bright. Every lonely song inside me feels a little less alone tonight. Hold me close while records play, till the night dissolves away and the rain keeps singing softly over Paris grey. An old vinyl keeps repeating like it's scared of being still, and the saxophone keeps breaking every piece of silence built. You smile through the candle shadows like a scene from old romance, and the room begins to spin slowly every time we dance. Velvet Rain Cafe tonight. Moon and city shining white, and somewhere underneath the jazz our tired hearts ignite. Neon dreams and jazz records spinning slowly through the night. Tiny dust inside the lamplight, dancing softly out of sight. Paris humming through the window like a tired lullaby, while old trains beneath the station fade into the dark blue sky. You sit cross-legged near the sofa, vinyl crackling low and warm, and the city rain keeps tapping like fingers through the storm. Every song feels half remembered, like a dream from long ago, like a place inside my chest only jazz could ever know. Neon dreams and jazz records, late night hearts and city lights. We were never good at daylight, but we shine beneath till the dawn appears, till the moonlight disappears. Tonight the whole world feels softer whenever you are here. Your reflection on the window blends with Paris streets below, turning all the passing headlights into rivers made of gold. The cafe down the avenue still glows through the rainy air, and the saxophone keeps crying for somebody somewhere. We talk about impossible things, like leaving everything behind, buying flowers every Sunday, and learning how to waste time. The jazz keeps spinning slowly, like it's scared the night may end. And honestly, I'm scared too, of losing this again. Maybe happiness is fleeting, maybe nothing truly stays. Still I'd relive this exact evening for the rest of all my days. Neon dreams and jazz records, moonlight wrapped around your face. Every broken part inside me finally finds a place. Paris breathing through the dark, like an old romantic art. And somewhere in the spinning vinyl, you completely stole my heart. The final record keeps on turning, though the song is almost gone. Still the silence left behind feels beautiful somehow. Neon dreams and jazz records spinning slowly through the night. Tiny dust inside the lamplight, dancing softly out of sight. Paris humming through the window like a tired lullaby, while old trains beneath the station fade into the dark blue sky. You sit cross-legged near the sofa, vinyl crackling low and warm, and the city rain keeps tapping like fingers through the storm. Every song feels half remembered, like a dream from long ago, like a place inside my chest only jazz could ever know. Neon dreams and jazz records, late night hearts and city lights. We were never good at daylight, but we shine beneath the night. Stay until the dawn appears, till the moonlight disappears. Tonight the whole world feels softer whenever you are here. and the saxophone keeps crying for somebody somewhere. We talk about impossible things, like leaving everything behind, buying flowers every Sunday, and learning how to waste time. The jazz keeps spinning slowly, like it's scared the night may end. And honestly, I'm scared too, of losing this again. Maybe happiness is fleeting, maybe nothing truly stays. Still I'd relive this exact evening for the rest of all my days. Neon dreams and jazz records, moonlight wrapped around your face. Every broken part inside me finally finds a place. Paris breathing through the dark, like an old romantic art. And somewhere in the spinning vinyl, you completely stole my heart. The final record keeps on turning, though the song is almost gone. Still the silence left behind feels beautiful somehow. Champagne midnight in Paris, tiny bubbles golden bright, soft jazz echoing through hallways full of shadows and candlelight. You arrive beside the window with the rain still in your hair, and suddenly the crowded room feels lighter than the air. Outside taxis move like fireflies across the soaking avenue, while the old piano downstairs plays songs too sad to be true. I watch your fingers trace the glass, like you're trying to hold the night before the morning steals away everything we tried to hide. Champagne midnight, slow dancing in dim light, Paris holding lonely hearts so gently tonight. Stay with me till sunrise, till the stars all disappear. Every second feels like magic whenever you are here. Waiters whisper near the counter as the hour grows too late. Still the band keeps softly playing, like they know we shouldn't break. The trumpet sounds like old memories, the drums move low and slow, and your sleepy smile beside me feels warmer than I know. Outside the river keeps reflecting every bridge and glowing sign, while your shadow blends together quietly with mine. Maybe love was never fireworks, maybe love was simply this: a rainy night in Paris and one unforgettable unforgettable kiss. Champagne midnight, blue moon, silver white. Hold me while the jazz keeps singing through the fading night. And even when the dawn arrives and this perfect moment ends, Paris will remember us like old lovers in the wind. Champagne glasses now half empty, morning rising pale and gray. Still the music inside my chest refuses to fade away. Last candle in the café, burning low at closing time. Paris breathing through the silence like an unfinished rhyme. The chairs are stacked around us, but nobody asks us to leave. Maybe the night itself still wants one more thing to believe. You sit quietly across from me, tracing circles on the wood, and every tiny movement from you feels impossibly good. Outside the rain has finally stopped, leaving silver on the street, while the distant sound of jazz drums moves softly underneath. Last candle in the cafe, don't let the evening fade. Stay with me inside this moment a little longer than we planned. Paris glows beyond the glass like a dream we almost had. And tonight the lonely city doesn't feel so sad. Bartender wipes the counter, humming softly to himself. The radio plays faint piano from somewhere on the shelf. The smell of coffee still remains, mixed with rain and perfume too. And every little thing tonight keeps reminding me of you. You smile tiredly and whisper that the last train leaves at 3. So I secretly start wishing time would slow down just for me. The moonlight falls across your face like a scene from black and white, and suddenly this tiny cafe feels larger than the night. Someday all these streets will change, different people, different names, but somewhere underneath the years this moment will remain, like jazz floating through an open door, like smoke beneath the stars, like two lonely souls discovering maybe love isn't far. Last candle in the cafe, still glowing through the dark, while the jazz wraps all around us like a shelter for the heart. Hold me close before goodbye, before the dawn invades the sky. Tonight Paris everything that led to you. Paris never sleeps tonight. Golden windows shining bright. Rain is falling on the boulevard, painting diamonds in the dark. A little cafe down the street plays a slow and gentle beat, while strangers laugh beneath umbrellas, moving softly through the weather. The scent of coffee fills the air, mixed with perfume everywhere. And somewhere in the city blue, the night reminds me of you. The river glows beneath the moon, silver dancing to a tune that drifts across the sleeping town, like a secret falling down. Maybe every lonely soul is searching for a place to go, a corner where the world moves slow and tired hearts can finally glow. Paris never sleeps tonight, wrapped in amber candlelight. Stay with me until the dawn, till every shadow has moved on. Let the jazz keep playing low, like the river down below. Tonight the city feels alive, and somehow so do I. Bartender is cleaning glasses as another midnight passes. An old saxophone begins to cry beneath the deep and velvet sky. Couples dance beside the wall, while records slowly rise and fall. Their silhouettes beneath the light look like scenes from black and white. Your reflection on the window moves together with the glow of passing taxis in the rain, like a dream I can't explain. And every song the band performs feels warmer than the winter storm, outside the door beyond the glass, where lonely evenings often pass. Maybe love is not a fire, maybe just a small desire to stay together through the night and watch the city lights. Paris never sleeps tonight, wrapped in amber candlelight. Stay with me until the dawn, till every shadow has moved on. Jazz keep playing low, like the river down below. Tonight the city feels alive, and somehow so do I. And if tomorrow takes this moment and scatters it into the years, I'll still remember every detail, every smile and every tear. The smell of rain upon the pavement, the sound of trains beneath the street, the way your hand found mine so softly, keeping time with every beat. Paris never sleeps tonight, moon and and stars are shining bright. Hold me close and don't let go. Like the river flowing slow, every note and every sigh disappears into the sky. But this feeling stays with me, like a timeless melody. Paris never sleeps tonight, even as the morning rises. The jazz remains inside my heart, long after the music dies. Champagne rain falls through the city, silver drops on avenue lights, turning ordinary evenings into something dreamlike tonight. The cafe windows glow like lanterns, calling strangers from the cold, while the piano keeps repeating stories never fully told. You arrive just after midnight, with the rain still in your hair, and suddenly the room feels warmer just because you're standing there. The waiter smiles and pours another glass of gold beneath the light, as the trumpet starts to whisper to the darkness of the night. Champagne rain on Paris streets, dancing softly to the beat of a lonely jazz refrain, floating through the champagne rain. Stay with me a little longer, till the moon begins to fade. Let this fragile little feeling find a place where it can stay. Outside, every street is shining like a river made of gold, and the city feels much younger than the stories people told. People pass beneath umbrellas, holding tightly to their dreams, while reflections in the puddles break apart the neon beams. The saxophone grows even sadder, but somehow it comforts me, like it understands the distance between what is and what could be. Your eyes wander to the window, watching headlights drift away, like tiny stars that lost their place before the coming day. Champagne rain on Paris streets, dancing softly to the beat of a lonely jazz refrain, floating through the champagne rain. Stay with me a little longer, till the moon begins to fade. Let this fragile little feeling find a place where it can stay. Maybe all we truly need is one unforgettable night, one small table by the window, and a sky full of city lights, one slow dance and one old record, one warm hand to hold nearby, while the world keeps rushing onward and the hours hurry by. Champagne rain on Paris streets, moving slow so sweet. It almost feels complete. Paris sings beyond the glass, while another midnight passes, and somewhere in the falling rain, love begins again. Champagne rain keeps falling softly as the morning starts to show. Still the music lingers gently, like a place I used to know. Champagne rain falls through the city, silver drops on avenue lights, turning ordinary evenings into something dreamlike tonight. The cafe windows glow like lanterns, calling strangers from the cold, while the piano keeps repeating stories never fully told. You arrive just after midnight, with the rain still in your hair, and suddenly the room feels warmer just because you're standing there. The waiter smiles and pours another glass of gold beneath the light, as the trumpet starts to whisper to the darkness of the night. Champagne rain on Paris streets, dancing softly to the beat of a lonely jazz refrain, floating through the champagne rain. Stay with me a little longer till the moon begins to fade. Let this fragile little feeling find a place where it can stay. Outside, every street is shining like a river made of gold, and the city feels much younger than the stories people told. People pass beneath umbrellas, holding tightly to their dreams, while reflections in the puddles break apart the neon beams. The saxophone grows even sadder, but somehow it comforts me, like it understands the distance between what is and what could be. Your eyes wander to the window, watching headlights drift away, like tiny stars that lost their place before the coming day. Champagne rain on Paris streets, dancing softly to the beat of a lonely jazz refrain, floating through the champagne rain. Stay with me a little longer till the moon begins to fade. Let this fragile little feeling find a place where it can stay. Maybe all we truly need is one unforgettable night, one small table by the window, and a sky full of city lights, one slow dance and one old record, one warm hand to hold nearby, while the world keeps rushing onward and the hours hurry by. Champagne rain on Paris streets, moving slowly through the beat of a melody so sweet, it almost feels complete. Paris begins again. Champagne rain keeps falling softly as the morning starts to show. Still the music lingers gently, like a place I used to know. Blue rain falls on Saint Germain tonight. Streetlights shimmer in the pale moonlight. Little cafes glowing warm and gold, sheltering dreamers from the cold. The waiter hums a melody while pouring coffee quietly, and the sound of distant jazz drifts near, like a memory I still hear. People pass beneath umbrellas, moving through the rainy weather. But from this window seat I stay, watching the world drift away. The city feels both young and old, 1,000 stories left untold, floating through the midnight air, like smoke dissolving everywhere. Maybe every rainy evening carries someone's secret heart. Maybe every lonely stranger is afraid to fall apart. Blue rain on Saint Germain, wash away the ache and pain. Let the piano softly play till the darkness fades away. Blue rain on Saint Germain, falling gently once again, while the city sings below and the river moves so slow. The saxophone begins to cry beneath the deep and velvet sky. Its sadness feels familiar somehow, like a feeling I feel now. You walk into the cafe door, shaking rain upon the floor, and suddenly the room grows bright, though nothing changed except your smile. Your reflection in the window merges with the city glow, turning every passing light into stars within the night. Years from now I may forget the names of streets and silhouettes, but I'll remember how it felt when loneliness began to melt. Blue rain on Saint Germain, falling softly once again. Stay with me until the dawn, till every shadow has moved on. Blue rain on Saint Germain, like an old romantic refrain. Every note becomes a flame, quietly calling your name. The rain continues through the night, while Paris glows in silver light, and somewhere in the fading blue, the music still remembers you. One more night in their dreams, along forgotten cobblestone streets. An accordion down the lane plays softly through the falling rain, while cafes overflow with light, holding back the endless night. The moon hangs low above the hill, and for a moment time stands still, as if the city wants to keep its secrets hidden in its sleep. One more night in Montmartre, one more dance beneath the stars. Let the jazz erase the miles between our fears and fragile smiles. One more night before goodbye, before the morning claims the sky. Stay with me a little more, like we have never left before. The candle flickers on the table while the old piano plays songs that sound like faded postcards lost inside forgotten days. A couple dances near the doorway, slowly swaying to the beat, like they're the only people living on this quiet little street. Your hand resting next to mine feels warmer than the red wine, and suddenly the world outside becomes a distant passing tide. Maybe every beautiful thing exists because it cannot stay, like moonlight on the river, or music fading away. One more night in Montmartre, before the city wakes its heart. Hold me close beneath the light, and let us disappear tonight. One more night in Montmartre, still shining softly from afar. And even when the song is gone, the memory lingers on. Coffee for two at 2 a.m. The city's quiet once again. Outside the rain paints silver lines across the sleeping boulevard. A small jazz trio plays nearby, soft piano drifting by, while candlelight upon your face turns ordinary into grace. We speak in whispers and half smiles, trying to make the moment last, as the hands upon the old wall clock move far too quickly past. Coffee for two at 2 a.m. Let's pretend time doesn't end. Let the music fill the room like perfume in the gloom. Coffee for two at 2 a.m. A simple night I'll miss again, long after Paris falls asleep and memories run deep. Coffee cools upon the table, but neither one of us complains, because the silence feels like comfort, more than words could ever explain. A train moves softly in the distance, its rhythm blending with the bass, and every passing little sound feels perfectly in place. Reflect the city lights like tiny stars against the night, and for a moment I believe nothing beautiful can leave. If happiness is real at all, perhaps it's something small, a warm cafe and gentle jazz, while rain falls beyond the glass. Coffee for two at 2 a.m. The world beyond begins to dim, and all that's left is you and me, and one sweet melody. The night grows older, softer too. Still I sit here next to you, listening to the fading band and holding on as long as I can. The last taxi to Paris rolls slowly through the rain. Yellow lights upon the pavement, drawing pictures once again. Midnight lingers on the rooftops, wrapped in silver mist and blue. Every passing street reminds me of an evening spent with you. The driver hums an old jazz standard underneath his breath tonight, while the city glows like lanterns disappearing out of sight. Every corner holds a memory, every window tells a tale of lovers who once promised they would never ever fail. Maybe all the roads we travel lead us somewhere we belong. Maybe every lonely journey needs a quiet little song. The last taxi to Paris tonight, underneath the fading light. Take me through the sleeping streets where old dreams and moonlight meet. The last taxi to Paris tonight. Everything feels soft and right while the jazz drifts through the dark, like a whisper to the heart. Rain keeps falling on the avenue like fingers on piano keys, and the city answers gently with its midnight melodies. A couple stands beneath an awning, sharing warmth against the cold, like a scene from some old movie, too beautiful to grow old. Your reflection still remains inside the foggy window glass, though I know the night is moving and this moment cannot last. Still I close my eyes and listen to the rhythm of the tires rolling through the Paris darkness underneath the sleepy wires. If tomorrow feels uncertain, if the years erase the view, I will always hear this taxi and remember loving you. The last taxi to Paris tonight, glowing softly in the night, while the city slowly fades into silver shades of gray. The last taxi to Paris tonight, one last dream before daylight, and the jazz keeps floating on long after the night is gone. The engine hums beneath the stars as Paris disappears afar. Still the melody remains, like moonlight dancing in the rain. Beneath the amber street lights tonight, the city glows in honey-colored light. Raindrops sparkle on the stone, yet somehow I don't feel alone. The jazz café beyond the square sends soft piano through the air, while strangers wander hand in hand across the quiet Paris land. A warm wind moves along the street, keeping rhythm with my feet, and every golden pool of light feels like a dream within the night. Beneath the amber street lights glow, watching all the people go, while the city softly sings of forgotten beautiful things. Beneath the amber street lights shine, your shadow moving close to mine, and every note the trumpet plays feels like memories of old days. A violin somewhere nearby cries softly to the midnight sky, and all the windows overhead glow like stars above my head. You smile while holding your umbrella, and suddenly the rainy weather feels less lonely than before. Standing near the cafe door, the night grows deeper hour by hour. Still Paris keeps unleashes its quiet power, turning ordinary scenes into impossible dreams. Some nights leave without a trace, some stay forever in one place, hidden somewhere in the heart, long after they depart. Beneath the amber street lights tonight, everything feels warm and bright. Though the dawn is drawing near, I wish that we could stay right here. The amber lights begin to fade as morning paints the promenade. Still the music lingers slow, like a place I'll always know. Quiet table by the window, 2 cups of coffee growing cold. Outside the rain paints silver rivers across the streets of gold. The old piano near the counter plays a gentle melody, and every note feels like a letter written secretly to me. People pass beyond the glass like scenes from distant lives, while the candle on our table continues to survive. A quiet table by the window where the world moves slow, listening to the city breathe and the river flow. A quiet table by the window, holding back the night, while the jazz keeps wrapping us in candlelight. The waiter folds the empty menus and begins to clean the floor, yet nobody asks us to leave or close the little door. You watch the rain without speaking, and somehow that feels enough, because some moments need no language to remind us what is love. Outside a train crosses the river, its lights drifting through the mist, and I realize years from now, this is what I'll miss. Not the grand and shining moments, not the things that people chase, just this table by the window and the calm upon your face. A quiet table by the window, one last song before the dawn, while the city dreams below us and the night moves on. The candle flickers There's one last time the piano plays its final line. Still the memory softly grows like a rose nobody knows. Midnight train to nowhere rolls beneath the Paris sky, carrying tired dreamers where forgotten memories lie. The station echoes quietly with footsteps in the hall, and the clock above the platform watches over all. The conductor checks the tickets with a sleepy little smile as the train begins its journey, stretching mile after mile. Outside, the city lights grow distant, fading into blue, and every passing shadow somehow reminds me of you. Midnight train to nowhere tonight, racing through the moonlit night. Take me where the dreams remain, beyond the city lights again. Midnight train to nowhere tonight, everything feels soft and bright, while the jazz inside my mind plays a song I've left behind. The rhythm of the rails below becomes a steady bass, keeping time with every memory I cannot quite erase. A woman hums beside the window, an old familiar tune, while silver clouds drift slowly underneath the moon. I close my eyes and listen to the city's fading sound, like a distant jazz ensemble disappearing underground. And though I do not know exactly where this train will go, for now it's enough simply riding through the glow. Some journeys need no destination, some songs need no end. Sometimes all a lonely heart needs is somewhere it can mend. Midnight train to nowhere tonight, carrying dreams into the night, while the stars above remain watching over every train. The rhythm slowly fades away, welcoming another day. Still the melody remains, like moonlight on the rails. Moonlight over the same shining bright. The city whispers soft and low, like an old song I used to know. A little cafe by the river keeps its golden lanterns lit, while strangers pass beneath umbrellas and disappear into the mist. The piano drifts across the water like a feather in the air, and every note feels like a memory waiting somewhere out there. I sit beside the window watching reflections come and go, while Paris moves so quietly beneath the evening glow. Maybe every lonely heart needs somewhere warm to stay, a place where all the noise fades out and time slips gently away. Moonlight over the Seine tonight, hold me in your silver light, while the jazz keeps floating slow like the river down below. Moonlight over the Seine tonight, everything feels soft and right, and for a little while the world forgets to rush by. The waiter pours another coffee, steam rising through the blue, and somewhere in the distance a saxophone begins to bloom. The melody feels familiar, though I've never heard it before, like a forgotten dream returning to knock upon my door. Outside, the bridges shimmer like strings of tiny stars, connecting all the lonely people, no matter where they are. Your reflection in the glass blends softly with the night, turning every passing headlight into scattered pieces of light. Maybe all the things we chase are smaller than they seem. A warm room and a quiet song can feel like everything. Moonlight over the Seine tonight, hold me in your silver light, while the jazz keeps floating slow like the river down below. Moonlight over the Seine tonight, everything feels soft and right, and for a little while the world forgets to rush by. When the morning finally comes and takes the stars away, I'll still remember how the river held the moon in place. The smell of rain, the sound of jazz, the glow beyond the glass, every little detail I hope will always last. Moonlight over the Seine tonight, stay with me till morning light, while the city dreams below and the river moves so slow. Moonlight over the Seine tonight, gentle as a lullaby, and somewhere in the fading dark the music learns to fly. Moonlight over the Seine tonight, silver water shining bright, the song grows quiet with the dawn, but the feeling carries alone at the end of the day. A cup of coffee in her hands, watching shadows cross the land. Outside the rain begins to fall, painting silver on the boulevard. The city hums its midnight song, and she quietly sings along. The piano near the counter plays soft melodies from older days, while candlelight upon her face turns loneliness into grace. Every stranger has a story, every heart has known the rain, and somewhere in the quiet music there is comfort in the pain. The girl in the corner cafe lets the evening drift away, while the jazz keeps floating slow like the river far below. The girl in the corner cafe holds her memories like bouquets, and the city softly glows as another midnight grows. She remembers summer evenings when the world felt warm and bright. Now she finds her peace in silence and the beauty of the night. The waiter knows her favorite table, the band knows her favorite tune, and every evening she returns beneath the patient moon. Maybe healing doesn't happen all at once or overnight. Maybe it arrives in moments like a lamp within the night. The girl in the corner cafe smiles a little more today. All the jazz keeps playing low, and the river slowly flows. The lights grow dim, the night moves on. Still she stays till almost dawn. Paris after midnight rain, shining streets and passing trains. Every rooftop gleams in blue, and every thought returns to you. The storm has gone but left behind 1,000 mirrors in the night, reflecting window signs and stars across the sleeping boulevards. The scent of rain upon the stone makes the city feel like home, while distant jazz drifts through the air like a whispered evening prayer. Paris after midnight rain, wash away the hurt and pain, leave behind a softer light for lonely hearts tonight. Paris after midnight rain, everything feels new again, while the moon hangs overhead and silver fills the streets instead. ripples through the glow. And somewhere in a hidden bar, a trumpet sings soft and low. The city seems to breathe more gently after every storm has passed, like it understands completely nothing beautiful can last. The rain may leave by morning, but its memory remains in every light reflected across the Paris lanes. Paris after midnight rain, call my restless heart again through the silence and the blue, and all the dreams I left with you. The storm is gone, the night remains, still dancing softly in the rain. Soft piano, cold night, window glowing amber light, snowy rooftops far away, watching over Paris gray. The cafe door swings open slowly, bringing winter from outside. Yet inside the music lingers warm as firelight. A woman sings in whispers close against the microphone, and somehow every word she sings feels like my own. Soft piano, cold night, hold me till the morning light, while the city dreams below and the winter winds blow slow. Soft piano, cold night, everything feels still tonight, like the world forgot to move and left us with this tune. Double bass walks gently through the spaces in the song, while brushes whisper on the snare softly all night long. Outside the snow keeps falling like feathers from the sky, and every note the piano plays feels too beautiful to describe. Some nights ask for nothing except a quiet place to stay, a little warmth and music until the break of day. Soft piano, cold night, silver moon and candlelight, let the music carry me across this sleepy city. The last chord fades away as dawn begins to show.